Alright guys, it's that time of the year and I hate to say this, but it's over. It is beyond over. F1 team names are officially ruined. Now throughout the season break that we're only around halfway through, there have been absolutely no driver swaps or changes on the 2023 grid to 2024, despite some of the drivers driving like the average F1 23 player.
Track, cuts the chicane, off goes Leclerc, through goes Hamilton!
But since there was no drama from driver swaps, the teams themselves have come up with the entertainment for us. And boy was it disappointing as hell. So 3 changes were made in a matter of weeks. Alfa Romeo turned into the Drake F1 team.
This is my alter ego, Anita Max Wynn. Anita Max Wynn.
And the drivers sound like they're being held hostage.
2024, we're kicking it up a gear.
You could say we're raising the stakes.
This literally sounds like that one GSP video.
Which fast food restaurant makes your best burger?
The second change was Haas kicking out Günther Steiner from the team, initially throwing away half of the reasons to be a Haas fan. And finally, AlphaTauri edited their team name to Visa Cash App RB. I swear I am not making this up. They changed their IG handle and disabled their Instagram account.
You look like rock stars, huh? And now we are a bunch of wankers.
For those of you who are out of the loop, Alfa Romeo was the first team to have a name change and they turned into the Stake F1 team. Overall, the F1 community's reaction to this change was honestly very mixed, but honestly the name it's fine, but only just about half of it. Trust me guys, the longer you read the team's name, the worse it gets. Now when it comes to AlphaTauri, as of the time of making this video, they changed their Instagram account to Visa Cash App RB. I am literally in the verge of tears and I am not even an AlphaTauri fan. This name, this very name, is something that you can probably only come up with in your dreams. So for the people who decided to wake up and come up with this name, please do seek medical attention immediately, as something has probably happened to your brain. Now, some people don't have any problems with these team name changes, but in my damn opinion, they're absolutely abysmal. You can put me in a jail cell, have me tortured, and there is still no way in hell I am admitting that these team names are good. I'd have to be more deluded than a Ferrari fan for me to think that Visa Cash App RB is a good team name. And with the Stake F1 team, I'm kind of fine with Stake being in there as well as Drake. I think it's kind of funny in a very stupid way, and plus it isn't the first time where a sponsor with money in F1 gets team naming rights. But then you read their entire team name. There is no sane person in the world that would put the word kick right next to Sauber. Putting the word kick right next to Sauber literally makes it sound like Sauber is getting booted off the team, which is, well, kind of accurate. But genuinely, could they have not worded that any better? I mean, not gonna lie, the more that I think about it, there is no combination where the word kick would sound good in the Stake F1 team name. It's like trying to put Nicholas Latifi in an F1 car.
The car just didn't turn.
And for Stake, I mean, just name the team the Drake F1 team at this point, guys. It'll probably be 10 times cringier.
Embarrassing.
But I genuinely can see people supporting that team compared to whatever the hell that gambling site is. Alright guys, so now we have the interesting case of AlphaTauri, or should I say Visa Cash App RB. This may not be the final name for the team, but my lord, it's the biggest slap in the face to the people who have built the team, even if, well, they kind of already left. But there is no way in hell somebody is gonna go, oh, I support the amazing, the beautiful, the glamorous Visa Cash App F1 team.
I mean, I don't know. It's unfortunate.
Like, nobody, even in the depths of hell, is gonna go and support a team named after payment services. It's the most sellout team name I've ever heard of, that even Haas's broke ass wouldn't stoop that low. Like, what are their race suits even gonna look like? QR codes to scan? Actually, now that I think about it, that would be kind of smart. Also, remember when Cash App had the glitch where users were able to buy and like give themselves unlimited money? Well, if you don't know about this, Cash App had a glitch in their system where users were able to duplicate money into their accounts. It was thought as like a game changer and the solution to poverty. So a lot of idiots decided to go ham with that glitch and thought that they could obviously just get away with it. But Cash App just slaps back with the, oh no, and then just bam, A lot of the money that these people who used the glitch spent fired back into their accounts, and now they have a negative balance and owe Cash App a ton of money, which probably helped the company afford that F1 sponsor. Now, I decided to bring up these team names to one of my friends who isn't an F1 fan, and her reaction was straight up this. Like, she literally sent me that after I texted her the explanation behind those team names, and that was honestly the funniest thing I've seen all day. She expected the F1 teams to be named after car brands since, well, F1 is a racing sport, and she may not know jack about F1, but she's at least intelligent enough to know that a team shouldn't be called Visa Cash App RB. Like, I don't know what the people in AlphaTauri were smoking or whatever these companies were smoking to come up with that name, but the stuff they were smoking was definitely strong. Now, I know sometimes sponsors aren't always available, but if it was possible for Stake F1 team and AlphaTauri to change their names, we can all agree for them to go for a car brand instead of whatever the hell that payment company is. It'll make it so much easier for fans to know what they're supporting, and not only that, but they will genuinely have a bigger fan base, and the more recognizable the car brand is, the more fans that the F1 team will get. Now, I know there's a debate of Red Bull not being a car brand, but they were able to make a name for themselves in the sport, and maybe these two new teams can do the same. But the difference between Red Bull and Visa, Stake, or Cash App is like comparing Ferrari in the 2000s to what it is now. The Red Bull brand shows this, while on the other hand, this is the average Stake stream.
You guys make me sick to my stomachs, fam. Honestly, if you guys want to look in my eyes, you guys want to do something? You guys... That's what I thought.
Now, in my personal opinion, which you guys may not always agree on, is to bring in more of the car brand sponsors. It's so much clearer for fans to know who they're supporting, and I know there's also teams like Red Bull, Williams, and Haas that aren't car brands, but at least 2 of the 3 teams are racing teams. It's a matter of sponsor names as well. Like, if Monster Energy decided to make their own F1 team, it would likely be called Monster F1 Team. Like, that is a name you would want to support. Now look at what AlphaTauri is turning into, Visa Cash App RB. I don't know how many times I have to say this, but in case you guys didn't get the memo, it's a stupid ass name. I swear, I can already imagine Yuki throwing that car into the barriers because of how dog water the name sounds.
Turn number 1. Other than that, a pretty clean start at Farina's VK.
No contact.
At least just have it as the Visa F1 team, not some stupid Visa Cash App PayPal Payoneer F1 team. Might as well just throw MasterCard and American Express in that hot pot of garbage. Now, when it comes to the Drake F1 team, Stake might sound cool for some people, but I really just imagined the team to just straight up look like this when the rebrand was announced. If I'm being honest, I can cope with both of these team names, mainly because I don't really support any of these teams, and I've kind of also lost most of my motivation to support Haas. Like, literally the only thing keeping me there is Nico Hülkenberg. But for some other fans, trying to support an F1 team that's named directly after a gambling company and one named after your mom's credit card is gonna be hard. These fans have to be loyal. Like, more loyal than Charles is to Ferrari. These teams are gonna find it difficult to keep their fans because of how abysmal the names are. Particularly AlphaTauri, because Stake, some people can consider it to be pretty cool. Now, this just shows the looming problems of Formula 1. You know, the teams just keep priorities on money, money, and money. I mean, I get it, F1 is an expensive sport and all that stuff, but sacrificing your team name, which in turn is going to jeopardize your fan base, is probably going to cost more damages than not taking a sponsor. Now, before I conclude this, I do want to say thank you so much for the channel's support. It's only been a month, and I really appreciate every single one of you guys who like my videos. Now, of course, my videos aren't for everyone. You know, turns out there's a lot more brain-dead people out there in the world than I thought, who clearly, you know, have the best understanding of what satirical humor is.
Hello in there. So that's kind of racially motivated. Did you mean to say it like that?
Mate, shut the fuck up.
But well, what we can learn from this is that Alfa Romeo have lost half of their fans, Haas has also lost half of their fans, and finally, AlphaTauri. I didn't know AlphaTauri fans existed in the first place.